We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle. Today we continue on with John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend, and we have got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Dart going to look to throw here. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing his Dart. Outright to Smith and Jigba. A gain of there on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That's complete. It's Neighbors. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Here's Ethan Evans now. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
19 Lions. Here we go. Set. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Let's go.
Richardson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talked about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Richardson completes a quick one out wide. Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's Richardson to throw. That is caught into space at the 45. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot of playoff football.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third and
now Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. The Seahawks had 8-3 now. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Panther 11. 18, 18, cut 19. Cut 19.
From the gun, Dart. He gets this into the hands of Judkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Throw left side complete. That's right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
Rifles one, it's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown, then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Man, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up first and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Malik Neighbors, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense, and they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hill. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Vikings.
And Richardson yet again. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. 60 by 6, 19 right.
To throw now, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. This one caught by Kittle. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the
To the air, Dart. Checks it down to Jenkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the Vikings' 23-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Quick Quinshon Judkins with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Deputy, get my look. Ready.
They go play action with Richardson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Get it. Deputy Lion.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they're both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
To throw is Dart. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Dart. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Dante Thornton, 67 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. I go to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Richardson looking to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Mason. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here is 3rd and 5. Now Richardson back to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Minnesota.
To the left side, there's the tight end Musgrave. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Richardson off the play fake. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Here's Dart. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I to see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Working out of the gun is Dart. Connects with Kittle underneath. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Upon at 46, a return of 5. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll bring him back within a point. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw, Dart. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing his dart. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
18 card, back to 60. 19 tight.
Throwing again is Dart. And that one too wide and incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers. And ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. This time they stay on the ground. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the 2nd half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
They're on the 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong 1st half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the 1st half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's Richardson to throw. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9. Once again, Judkins. 64 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Now Dart. That is caught. That'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Throwing his Dart. Touchdown, Seahawks! Jackson Smith-Njigba from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Richardson. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Understand he's just down one possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
Richardson looking to throw this. He's across midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
A gain of 19 yards.
Play action. Now Richardson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Offense is moving a little bit out back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
70 Timberwolves, 19 Lions, 18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers, 19 tight, 19 tight. Rig alert, rig alert. Dragon 60, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15.
Hey! Moving like Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw again. Throw caught by Musgrave. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Downfield and caught by Thornton. He may go. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Dante Thornton, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 73 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go.
Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10. Junkins going to run it out of the gun. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill puts it off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. Open man downfield is Hill. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
At the 12-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. Couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. And that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Mitchell looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Richardson off the play fake. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Romeo Doubs from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. It's caught at the 2. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the two-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
To the left side, pass caught by Thornton.
So the completion good for 6 yards.
It's a pickup of 6.
And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This 2nd and 4. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
70 Lions.
To the air once more is Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Street. 70 Timberwolves.
On first down, here's Judkins.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting this slip away.
To throw now, Dart. He'll swing this out to Judkins.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Dart. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
18 cards, 18 cards.
Working out of the gun is Dart. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Joshua Carty on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
And it is good. Oh, that will look to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Viking 18.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And then maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. I tell you, he is closing in on a 300-yard receiving game now. He's maybe one catch away as he's got a first there. Again, it's Richardson. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice short tackle.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 16.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Okay, ready?
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
19, Charger, not Broncos.
Richardson to throw off play action. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
Ready? 60 by 6.
They'll run forward with Mason. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, he only needed inches.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Here we go. Set. Count and go.
On third down, here's Mitchell. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3.
Cougar 19.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Come on. Set. Now.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
At the 19-yard line.
Check. Dragon 60. Cup 19. 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Checks it down to Jenkins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To the air, dart. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. Looking deep downfield. This is caught at the 20.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a first down, but it's a big play to boot.
At the 2-yard line.
Go! Cougar 19.
GG, pa.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Red. 60 Bison.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one